It can be hard to balance the innocence of a child against the backdrop of a world full of frightening monsters and terrifying threats. But Tarsier Studios, the team behind Little Nightmares 1 and 2, has already proven that it can achieve that balance with style and substance. While it took a step back from the popular platforming horror franchise, with Supermassive Games bringing a faithful yet fresh take on its formula in Little Nightmares 3, Tarsier is seemingly back with a bang. Reanimal is all set to bring a new pair of protagonists to a world that's perhaps even more immersive and engaging than its previous titles. If you've been looking out for the studio's next big game, but are wondering if it's worth your time and money, this one's for you. We've put together a list of key features you should know before you drop your hard-earned cash on this one, so let's begin. Number 1. Tarsier is back at the helm. We touched upon Tarsier bringing back its signature style to a new IP, but we think it's worth discussing why that's a good thing. Although Supermassive did a great job in making Little Nightmares 3 a solid addition to the franchise's illustrious ranks, that one didn't really manage to reach the highs of its predecessors. Thankfully, Tarsier has been clever to allow its ambitions to take over this time around, and Reanimal's previews point to an experience that's darker, grittier, and true to what put Little Nightmares on the map in the first place. So, curious about what has changed? Well, listen on to find out more. Number 2. A spiritual successor. Let's face it, comparisons to Little Nightmares were an inevitability with this new title, but Tarsier seems to have taken the best from its past work to craft a game that remains true to the formula it has established, but does things differently this time around. From a darker, more ambitious approach to the story and gameplay, to level and enemy designs that are a showcase of the studio's talents, Reanimal is shaping up to be a game that could allow the studio to scale new heights in the platforming horror genre. Number 3. New protagonists in a strange new world. The premise on offer in Reanimal is quite simple. You're tasked with assisting the boy and the girl, the game's new duo of protagonists, in a desperate search for their lost friends. That search brings them to the shores of an island where a lot of dangers await them, and sinister secrets slowly make themselves known as you unravel the threads that lead you to them. It's a perfect stage for Reanimal to bring complex puzzles and deadly enemies to stand in your path, and a heady blend of visual storytelling and engaging gameplay to make the game stay with you long after you power down your gaming system. Number 4. Far from a paradise. The island you're guiding the boy and the girl through is a treacherous place, full of bizarre creatures that are hell-bent on bringing your quest to save your friend to an abrupt end. You explore it either on foot or with a boat, navigating obstacles while experiencing a world that's unsettling and dark. Early previews praised the manner in which darkness is used to create tension here, while the enemy designs, which we're going to visit in just a minute, are definitely the stuff of some nightmares. You're going to want to steel your nerves before you dive into this one. Number 5. Bring a friend along. Of course, you're never truly going to be alone in Reanimal, with the option to have a buddy join in on the fun. With both local and online co-op being integrated seamlessly into the experience, this one is designed to be played with another player, controlling the reins of the second protagonist. Of course, you could always fly solo with the game's AI taking over the reins of your secondary character. Either way, this is a title that's going to keep you, and perhaps your friend, on your toes. Number 6. A more chatty duo this time around. In a departure from the Little Nightmares tradition, your protagonists do have a few lines of dialogue in Reanimal. That's quite an addition, but don't expect deep conversations, as dialogue is used pretty sparingly from what we've seen of the game. But that's a good thing, as it allows Tarsier to make the moments where your protagonists speak to each other all the more impactful. We're expecting a more cohesive narrative experience this time around, thanks to this small but significant change. Number 7. Changes to your perspective. While Tarsier's previous titles have largely stuck to a 2D side-scrolling platforming experience, the camera in Reanimal is a touch more dynamic. It presents different perspectives, even switching to a more first-person over-the-shoulder point of view in situations that require a fresh look at the problem in front of you. That dynamism is a most welcome addition, allowing the game to make the experience on offer more immersive as a result. It's an exciting change that we believe is going to make our time on the island a lot more engaging as a result. Number 8. Deadly enemies that are designed to terrify you. Tarsier's enemy designs have always been a part of its popularity, and Reanimal is no different. Even the game's opening section, made playable in the early previews and demos, shows off a few designs that are going to give you more than a few goosebumps. There's a shadowy behemoth that you really don't want to try fighting head on. There's also a strange figure whose humanoid stature is quite unconvincing, considering the human skins we saw draped around so many of the environmental fixtures. This is a game that's not for the faint-hearted, and you're probably going to be putting down your controller quite a few times as you try and process the events that unfold in front of you. Number 9. Intelligent AI. For those of you who are planning to take this one on by yourself, your companion's AI is going to be quite helpful at solving complex puzzles, or point you in the direction of where you need to go. The AI in Little Nightmares 3 was quite a step up from previous titles, and it seems that Tarsier has been watching from the shadows, implementing its best features and making meaningful improvements to let your protagonists have a few advantages at their disposal in the game's unforgiving world. Number 10. Room to explore. While the path you will need to take for the main story is likely going to be linear, there is room to explore any diversions you find for some cleverly hidden customization options for your characters. If you're going to be exploring a world as deadly as this one, you might as well make every effort to do it with style. While other options to tweak the experience to your liking might be present, there's little to no information available about them at the moment. Number 11. Take a stealthy approach. It doesn't seem fair to pit children against towering monstrosities that they have no hope of beating in a fair fight, does it? Thankfully, you can use the game's darkness to your advantage, sticking to the shadows to try and find ways to take down any threats, or perhaps bypass them entirely. These stealth sections are sure to test your nerves, and have you clenching your jaws more often than you like as you try and find a path to safety and to success. Number 12. Get a feel of the experience before you buy. Playable demos of the game are out on Steam and Nintendo Switch too, as well as for the PS5 and Xbox Series X and S, for those of you who want to get a feel of the experience and see if it's something that catches your fancy. However, be warned, the Switch 2 version's performance has raised a few eyebrows, with previews reporting a bit of stuttering in intense sections. That could be addressed ahead of the game's release, however, and the final build might be as great as its counterparts on other platforms. Number 13. More Reanimal on the way. 3 additional story expansions have already been confirmed for the game, making it a good idea to pick up the deluxe editions for the season pass that lets you access them all as soon as they drop, while saving you some cash in the process. We're going to have to wait and see what they bring to the table as they're currently under wraps, but if what we've already seen of the game is any indication, they're sure to give you many more memories that you want to forget but simply can't. Number 14. Pre-order bonuses. Pre-orders are already live, and the standard edition, priced at $40, is going to give you the fox head and mutton head masks for your protagonists. They're purely cosmetic as far as we can see, and we don't expect them to influence the gameplay in any way. The digital deluxe edition comes with a $60 price tag, but you're going to receive a 10% discount on it, which brings its price down to $53.99. That includes the season pass that gives you access to the full game, the pre-order bonuses, and expansions as and when they become available. That's quite a solid offering in our book. The collector's edition comes at an eye-watering $199.99 price point, but includes a lot of goodies such as a sticker pack, a metal keyring, a map poster, an 80-page art book, and a solid collector's box to store them all in. Obviously, everything on offer in the standard and deluxe digital editions is also going to be a part of that deal. Number 15. The system requirements. If you're looking to dive in on the PC, it's a good idea to see if your rig can handle the game's Unreal Engine powered visuals and gameplay. At a minimum, you're going to need a 64-bit processor running either Windows 10 or 11. The AMD Ryzen 2400G or Intel Core i5-9400F are recommended, along with 8GB of RAM and a GeForce GTX 1060 or Radeon RX 480 GPU with DirectX 12. You're also going to need 18GB of storage. Now, the recommended specs bump things up to a Ryzen 5 3600X/Core i7-7700K TBD processor, 16GB of RAM, and GeForce RTX 2060/Radeon RX 6600X TTBD GPU. And that's a wrap on the key things we think you should know about Reanimal before you decide to pick up your own copy. You can be sure that we're going to be joining in on the fun when the game drops on the 13th of February 2026. We hope to see you there as well. So what are your thoughts on this? Go ahead and share them in the comments below. And if you like this video, please subscribe to the channel and enable all notifications by clicking the bell icon to get new video updates. We upload every day and would really appreciate your support. Thanks for watching.